First here at 5, we have more reaction coming in right now at 5 o'clock to breaking news. A jury recommending life in prison for Keyshawn Stewart and the killing of construction worker Fred O'Bannon. Hello, everybody. It's our top story. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Off-duty LMPD Sergeant Chris Lane was also shot and injured that night. Last night, that jury found Stewart guilty of murder, but being mentally ill.
WHAS11's Isaiah Kim Martinez is there. And Isaiah, you've been hearing from the family and Sergeant Chris Lane today.
Yeah, Doug, hearing from Chris Lane for the very first time since this incident. Obviously, he has been through so much. The family has been through so much. Coming on 5 years now, the unthinkable happening, losing their loved one, a father, a son, a brother. And today, they believe this decision will help them finally move forward.
We, the jury, fixed the punishment of the defendant, Keyshawn Stewart, for the offense of murder at confinement in the penitentiary for life.
Life in prison for Keyshawn Stewart. That's the recommended sentence from a Jefferson County jury for the man found guilty this week of murdering Louisville construction worker Fred O'Bannon nearly 5 years ago. O'Bannon's family in tears after the jury's decision.
I can now accept my son's death. His death certificate's still in the envelope. I've yet to open it because I didn't want to know. Because I felt that if I opened it, it was final. And I knew it wasn't final because we hadn't gotten justice yet. So when I go home today, I get to open it up and see exactly what the death certificate says. Because I can finally accept it now.
It's going to take me a few days to let it all sink in. I'm glad that justice has been served. It's still hard. Every day's hard. And I'm just taking it one day at a time. That's all I can do.
O'Bannon's family has built an unbreakable bond with LMPD Sergeant Chris Lane, the other victim in this case, who knew Fred. Lane was working off duty in the overnight hours at the I-264 exit ramp near Dixie Highway when Stewart shot him in the face after shooting O'Bannon. And you're actually going to hear from Sergeant Chris Lane here coming up at 6 o'clock. I asked him specifically what those moments were like. Remember, going back almost 5 years, we hadn't heard from him yet, and what he felt like the appropriate recommendation should be from the jury. Of course, he is actively still working for LMPD. You're going to hear from him coming up here at 6 o'clock. Doug, Connie.
Isaiah, thank you so much for that report. Well, again, we will learn the final sentencing from the judge coming up in just a couple of months.
Remember, the judge makes the final decision in this. Just got the recommendation today. Judge Melissa Logan Bellows has her decision set now for early December. Again, the recommendation of life in prison.
Well, new today, we have a second arrest in the death of Rachel Hughes. You may remember she was shot and killed, her body found at the Shawnee boat ramp earlier this month. Last week, 27-year-old Michael Bullock was taken into custody facing murder and robbery charges. And today, a juvenile was arrested in connection with Hughes' death. According to court documents, Bullock was captured on video shooting Hughes and then fled in her car. 45 minutes later, Bullock and the juvenile came back to the ramp where they dragged her body into a wooded area. The juvenile assisted Bullock with destroying evidence. The juvenile is charged with stealing $10,000 or more of property, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence.
And we have a sad development to report to you today. Search teams have now recovered the body of a Campbellsville, Kentucky University sophomore who was reported missing on a Texas lake this week. He was on a fishing team. 21-year-old Peyton Hughes was in Hemphill, Texas for a fishing tournament there. Peyton on Campbellsville's kayak bass fishing team. Now, officials say he was pre-fishing on Toledo Bend Reservoir there Wednesday for a Bassmaster kayaking event and did not return to the launch point after the tournament ended. His kayak, hat, and shoes, however, were located in the water. The sheriff's office says a dive team on a boat discovered his body in the same area at about 7:15 this morning. Now, the Texas game wardens releasing a statement about this, saying, quote, "Our thoughts continue to be with Peyton's family, friends, teammates, and fellow students at Campbellsville University during this difficult time." The university has canceled home sporting events tonight as the small community prays for the Hughes family. The school's about an hour and a half south of Louisville in Taylor County.
The LMPD is asking for your help finding a suspect in a double shooting from earlier this month. Police released these photos from September 15th. Now, 2 men were shot multiple times near the 800 building on South 4th Street. The 2 men were taken to the hospital where they recovered. The suspect started the day dressed in all black, then changed clothes to avoid being identified. If you have any information for police, you can call their tip line. Take a good look at that picture. 574 LMPD.
Well, the last weekend of September means one thing in Lebanon, Kentucky. More than 40,000 visitors will be there for Ham Days.
Yeah, Lebanon, just about an hour and a half south of Louisville. Chief Meteorologist Mallory Schnell is in Marion County for the festival.
Mallory's joining us live with an amazing forecast. Sunshine all around you, Mallory, and I know they're in the early stages of the setup there for Ham Days. You see any country ham biscuits yet?
I am on the lookout because, Doug, there are 4,000 pounds of ham somewhere. So we are on a mission, but they're just now starting to shut down Main Street to through traffic here. So yes, the vendors are getting set up. The stage is getting set up. Live music begins tonight at 7 p.m. But as you mentioned, 40,000 people expected for Ham Days down here in Lebanon this weekend. And the weather could not be better, much better than last year. We got all the rain out of here, and now we have abundant sunshine out there and pretty comfortable temperatures as well. If we do take a look at some of those temps across Kentuckiana, right now we are at 80 degrees in Lebanon, 81 up in Louisville, 77 in Brandenburg, 78 degrees currently in E-Town. And of course, as I mentioned, no rain to worry about, just a few clouds out there. Really shaping up to be a nice evening all across Kentuckiana. Of course, another nice evening for Friday night football as well. We have the St. X Trinity game up there in Louisville and expect temperatures in the 70s, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, a light breeze coming in from the north around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows tonight will once again drop back into the 50s. We're expecting mostly clear skies. So because of lower humidity, we'll continue to have those nice nights and mornings. And as we head into the weekend, temperatures will start to climb a little bit, but we're talking sunny skies and highs likely in the low to mid 80s. For Ham Days and for all of the events going on across Kentuckiana this weekend. But once again, we'll take a look at a 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes, and hopefully at some point during the 5 o'clock hour, I will find some ham. But for now, I'll send things back to you guys in the studio.
Mallory, thank you so much. New today, after a lengthy selection process, the city of Louisville now has its independent monitor that will judge Louisville's progress with reforms in the wake of the Breonna Taylor killing. The team, called Effective Law Enforcement for All, beat out rival finalist 21st Century Policing Solutions to serve as the neutral assessor of Louisville Metro Police Department's progress regarding Louisville's consent decree. Now, the group will be completely self-directed and will report to the community through semi-annual reports and meetings. They'll also provide monitoring services under a contract with Louisville Metro government, which is renewable, for up to 5 years. In a statement about the new independent monitor, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg saying this is a win for accountability, transparency, and our continued commitment to reform. He also said that a survey from the community was the deciding factor in who ended up filling this important position.